Hi guys, I decided I want an intro video like Lori Boston Found and like Rags to Riches and Becky Park. Well, I don't really know how to do the graphics like they do with like their animated pictures, but I know how to pick a song, so I'm gonna do that. And if anybody wants to help me with the graphics, my Instagram is I'll pop it up a picture. So. Hi guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Keegan. I am 15 years old and I am a reseller on the Poshmark app. So today I have a whole bunch of like high-end stuff that haven't really been moving in my Poshmark closet, or I just want to send to the Real. So I have never sent anything there, but I've been watching like people's YouTube videos that are very knowledgeable on the Real. So the first one I want to mention is Daniela from Ivy and Blush, and I'll pop a picture of her up here, and I'll link her Instagram and YouTube channel down below. She's extremely knowledgeable on the Real, and I asked her a lot of questions and she was so quick and nice to answer them, so big thanks to her. And then two other individuals are Jack and Ryan, they share a YouTube channel, but they have two different Instagrams, so I'll also link that down below. And they also answered questions, and they're very knowledgeable at the Real as well. So I'll link theirs down below. So once again, I use my Instagram community to decide whether I wanted to send items in or not. And so I have my notes right here, and it's just like percentages and people voted. So on my stories, I put the picture of an item, and then I had to pull like yes or no. So I shared like what the item was and my buy cost of the item. So the Real average payout is I get 40% of the selling price and they get 60% of the selling price. That's the average. However, you can like work your way up, I believe. Or if it's like a really high-end item, you get a larger percentage. Come say hi. This is one of my cats. He likes to be everywhere, and he likes very large boxes. So once I will tell you what the item is, I'm going to be packing the box to send with you to the Real today. So it's this, absolutely ginormous Amazon box. Like, you can just see how tall it is. It doesn't even fit in the thing. Oh, and he's in it. He's literally the thing that's in the box. What are you doing? Okay, I'm just gonna let him be. Hopefully. What are you doing? Okay, anyways. So I have my notes down below, and I'm gonna start off with the nose because it'll be easier. So these are items I decided not to send in today, because Instagram said to not send them in, or I just thought I don't think I'll be able to make my money back on this item by sending it in, so I'm gonna choose not to. And I did overrule a couple of things, which I'll definitely mention. Okay, so my first note are a pair of frame lace skinny jeans. My buy cost was $12 for these in a Poshmark bundle. I would never spend $12 on a pair of frame jeans right now, unless they were like the lamb leather jeans, which I probably won't find. But there, 22% of people said yes and 78% said no. I don't even pick up frame anymore usually at like very low cost of goods, but yeah. So 22% of people said yes, 78% said no. So 14 people said yes, and 51 people said no. So the Real doesn't price frame very high. Frame just does not move for me either. $12 I would not recommend spending, but I got them in a Poshmark bundle. I was kind of new to reselling. I would not recommend paying up for items right away when you're becoming a reseller, because those have been sitting for a while. I have them set at $45, and I just probably need to let them go and cut my loss, but I'm not ready to do that yet. So the next pair is a new tag 3x1 wide leg, like almost like a chambray pant. This from the same Poshmark bundle, $12. 28% of people said no, 72% of people said yes. So 18 people said yes, 18 people said yes, and 47 people said no. So the next pair is yet again another pair of frame jeans. My buy cost was $12 yet again. So 23% of people said yes, and 77% of people said no. So 17% of people said yes, and 17 people said yes, and 58 people said no. So I would not make my money back if I sent these in. I mean, I might, but the chances of that are very slim to none. And Instagram decided to say no. And I also don't think that's a good idea to send them in anyway. So this brand, I'm not really picking up anymore. I mean, some pieces, but I'm leaving like, it's like 50-50 for me. I'm passing on 50% and sourcing and buying 50% of the things that I see. So these are a Rag & Bone pair of wide leg orange jeans. My buy cost was $12 in the Poshmark bundle again. So are there items from Rag & Bone I would pay $12 for? Yes, I would. Their handbag, I mean, I haven't found some of these items, but their handbags, some of their shoes, maybe a nice blazer or a nice dress. However, their jeans I would not pay $12 for. So, I mean, there's always exceptions, but 99% of the time I would not pay $12 for their jeans. So 29% of people said yes, 71% said no, so 20 said yes, and 49% of people said no. So the next pair is my favorite brand, Mother. So these are like a Mother Cloud with Barney's New York. I bought them for $12. 29% of people said yes, and 71% said no. 20 people said yes, and 49 people said no. So the reason I thought about sending these in is because they're not the most substantial style for Mother. They're a very low-rise skinny jean, and I don't think they're that trendy. There's a buyer for everything, is what I'm trying to say. And so they're like a floral pattern on one side, and on the back they're just plain black. So, all right, these pair you guys actually voted yes for, and I have them right here. So these are a pair of current Elliott jeans. They're like this really nice green color, and I actually think these are really on trend for summer. They're like a actual ankle jean, and they're new with tags. Current Elliott collabing with Diane von Furstenberg, size 28. And these are actually, I think, like a high rise, I believe. So I paid $12 for these again. So not my best moment there, but so 55% of people. So if I usually pass on current Elliott, I will not be doing so in good condition because the Real on average prices their jeans at $50, and if my buy cost is $5 and I get 40% of that, I think it's like $20, and so I'm like making 15, and all I have to do is just throw an item in a box and send it off. So I mean, personally, I think that's fine, but these I paid $12 for, and I wasn't confident I could make my money back on these, so I overruled that decision. So even though 34 people said yes and 28 people said no, I just chose. I don't think it would be the best idea because I think I can make my money back and a little bit of a profit on those by selling them on Poshmark. So the next pair I overruled is a pair of Milano Blahnik, or I'm not even sure if I'm pronouncing that right. My buy cost was pretty high at $21, which is high. I understand that, but it was my first time finding it. It was at my clothes mentor, and so I paid $21 for them because they were $35 but 40% off. They have quite a bit of wear to them, and they price Milano Blahnik okay, but like I can sell them on my own, and they've gotten quite a bit of attention. I think they're at like 25 likes now, and I have them listed at like $85. So I did see like some in poor condition on the Real for only like $50 and even lower than that. So I wasn't confident I could make my $21 back. So 74% of Instagram said yes, 26% said no. So Yeah, 31% said yes and 11 said no. So the last and final no is this pair of Diane von Furstenberg heels. I got these at the bins, and it was my first time ever finding Diane von Furstenberg. I've only found it another time. I've never found one of their dresses. I found those shoes, and a scarf, but the scarf was in really, really bad condition, so I had to pass on that. But these heels are also in bad condition, but they were at the bins, and it was my first time finding it. But they have like a lot of wear to them. I think my cost was around like, I'm just gonna donate them. 35% of people said yes, send them in. 65% said no. So 14 people said yes, send them in, and 26 said no. So that was probably not a good buy. I'm trying not to get brand blind. Even if I find a brand for the first time and it's in poor condition, I'm gonna choose and not to pick it up. So those are all my no's, and now we're gonna transition on to my guesses. So the first item is this jean skirt with this nice embroidery with a button down. It's by the brand Rebecca Minkoff, which is pretty expensive. I don't think her clothing does that well, but her handbags and stuff do pretty well. So this is a size 24. And something I do not like about Poshmark is with skirts, it does not only lets you list it like by sizes 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, and not the waist size 24, which is definitely something they should change, because a lot of the skirts I find are like jean skirts, and you have to list them, and on the size tag it says like size 24, 25, 26, and so on, and they don't have that. So I have to customize my listing by either putting like size 4 or the size 24. And something I've noticed, if you customize your listing, it doesn't get to as many people and takes a while to sell. So I just think that's something they should change. All right, the next, and then that my cost for that item was $2. 60% of people that said I should send it in, and 40% said I should not send it in, making the total people 48% said yes, 48 people said yes, send it in, and 32 people said no, don't send it in. What is he doing? Okay. Next are these Burberry Golf Capri pants. My buy cost was $8 at Goodwill, and actually my sister found these and she didn't get them, but my neighbor got them for me, so that was nice of her. 85% of people said yes, and 15% of people said no. So 66% of people said yes, and 12% said no, or 12 people said no. So these are like just like a straight leg with like a little taper capri. These are also great size at size 14, I believe. Made in Spain, authentic Burberry Golf. So the issue with these is, one, they're wrinkly because they've been just sitting. 2, they've been sitting forever. 3, they don't have like the Nova check. The only thing they really have is like the Burberry there, and they have like this Nova check inside, but you can't see that. I don't know. And then the other issue is at one of the knees, if I can find it, it has like some staining. Oh yeah, right here. So I wasn't sure if they would take flawed items, but I went on their site, and where'd it go? Oh, right here. See, there's like a little art. So I went on their site, and they actually do take flawed items, and they note them in the description. Oh my, he's literally attacking our other cat. I'm so sorry. Okay. They want nothing. They don't ever come see me until I'm doing something that's actually productive, and anyways, but they do. The problem, I had a $25 credit, so I did some shopping. I'll share what I got in my maybe a couple videos, but they note that what the problem is, but don't show a picture of it. And if something's flawed, personally, I would like to see a picture of it and not just the description. But you know, I guess they do what works for them. But yeah, so they were a little bit marked up, and now that Goodwill prices Burberry really high. So these are an embellished pair of jeans. They're like a high-rise, I think like a straight leg jean. And I think these haven't sold because of the embellishments on the pockets. If they were like Miss Me or something, or Rock Revival, I bet they would do better. But I'm not sure how this brand does with that. It is St. John. And they're size 14, which is a great size. They have St. John there and on the button. This is their little logo. And if sometimes their blazers and stuff are, like, the tags on them are cut out, but you can see because it has, like, that little logo right there. So, my buy cost was $5 for these, and 71% of people said yes, I should send them in. 29% said no. 53 people said yes, and 22 said no. And the problem with these is they have some, like, wear at the bottom hem. I'm not sure if that was, like, supposed to be like that, which I noted in my description. Honestly, I think these are, like, more of, like, a crop, but, straight leg. So, actually, my mom found these, and we went to a Savers in St. Louis, which Savers, I've only been there one time, and their prices were so expensive, and I was so surprised when I saw those for $5 there. So, they actually really priced St. John actually really low, so I might have to reclaim them if it gets too low, because I think I can make a decent profit on those. I only have them listed at $75 in my Poshmark closet right now, and they really haven't got much attention, but we'll see about that. So I believe I can reclaim stuff if I don't like the price they put it at, or if they keep dropping the price so I don't lose money, but you might also miss some stuff, which is something to note. So these are a pair of black trouser pants, and this is my first time finding this brand, and they have not done well, but I have them too high, like $100, which that's way too high. It is Jill Sander, and this is her navy line, which I think is the lower end, but they're still really high quality, made in Italy, size 38, and they're just like a black trouser pant. My buy cost was $2, and I think these were donated with another group of pants I'll show you later in the video, but so 81% people said yes, I should send them in. 19% said no. 57 people said yes, and 13 said no. So I think those will do well. I'm pretty sure Jill Sander does okay over there. So these are another pair of jeans. This was my first time finding this brand. I think they're like a straight leg or even like a boot cut, which I do well with boot cut. And they just have normal pockets on the side. I don't know. Again, the brand is St. John, but this is their sport line, which I think is a little bit lower end. St. John there. They're in pretty good condition. This was my first time ever finding St. John, and I found these somehow these made it to half off day, which means I had skipped over them. I found these with 4 pairs of Mother jeans. My very first time finding St. John and Mother. One of my most memorable thrift trips and my very first post on Instagram. So that was a really memorable find. But I paid $2.50 for them. 81% of people said yes. 19% of people said no. 59 said yes, and 14 said no. So, honestly, I've had those for a while, and I only have them listed at, like, $50. So, I think it's time for them to, move on. But, alright, so actually, Instagram voted I should not send these in. I don't pick up this brand anymore. I have absolutely awful luck with it, and it's super expensive, but just does not sell well. The brand is Jogger, and they're just, like, a pair of, like, I think these are animal print leggings. My buy cost was $1, like a garage sale or something. So not expensive at all, but I would not pick these up again. So I'm overruling these. They don't actually accept Joie, but if you send some brands in that they don't accept, sometimes they take them. You couldn't send in something like like a lower, you couldn't send like in like Old Navy and they probably wouldn't take that, but so my buy cost was $1. 46% of people said yes, and so 41% of people said yes, and 59% said no. So 30 said yes, and 43 said no. So they're only $1, and if they sell it for $10, I don't care. I have these listed for $10 in my Poshmark closet at the moment, and they have absolutely no attention. So Joie is pretty much a no-go for me. All right, the next pair of item is a brand I've passed on before, and this is a good style. It's like a mom jean with like a tapered leg, high rise. So these are a pair of Escada Sport mom jeans. My buy cost was $5, and 67% of people said, or 67% of people said yes. 37% of people said no. So 46 people said yes, and 23 said no. So I don't think they take that brand, but Daniela said to go ahead and try and send it in. So that is okay with me. This brand is pretty expensive. Again, I think the sport line they're cheaper. So this brand they actually do take, and I'm really surprised they don't take some other brands, but they take this brand. So it's actually Lafayette 148, and these are just a pair of slacks. I usually pass on this brand, but now since I'm starting to send stuff into the reroll, I'll definitely just buy it just to send in. I've had these listed for a while, really not much attention for $50. They're size 4, just a basic gray slack. So one of my biggest regrets is I found 8 pairs of Lafayette 148 size 16 slacks, and they were all half off for $2.50, and I did not get them. And I could have sent them in and made so much money with like doing a little work. So if I was able to go back and buy them, I would, just to send into the real. And they would have done well in Poshmark, I bet, too, because they're a bigger size, a low cost of goods. And so my buy cost was $5 for those. 74% of people said yes, 26% said no. So 49 said yes, and 17 said no. Next is this basic Kate Spade night cami dress. I've had this listed forever. I don't pick up Kate Spade clothing anymore. So my buy cost was $1. 62% of people said yes, 38% said no, 42 people said yes, and 26 said no. So they actually do take Kate Spade. So I'm not sure Kate Spade isn't like that great of a brand. I mean, it's okay, but it's not like amazing in my opinion. But so they actually don't take this brand, but I think they will take these because they are new with tag. So this is the older label Theory. These are size 2, just like a basic trouser pant. So I only have these listed for $45, and I would have passed on them if they were not new with tag, but they retailed for $185, and I could not find this style online actually. So I honestly think brands like Theory and Vince are better than Lafayette 148, but I guess they can sell what works best for them. So my buy cost was $2 for these. 70% of people said I should send them in. 30% said no. 42 people said yes, and 18 said no. So the next item is a brand they also don't take, and I don't pick up this brand really anymore for men's because it tends to sit and not send for very much. It's like this quilted jacket sweater. The brand is Oscar de la Renta in a size extra large. So my buy cost for this was $5. 81% of people said I should send it in, making 19% of people say no. 48 people said yes, and 11 said no. So, yeah, I have been passing on men's Oscar de la Renta, and I actually don't find it too often, but I only have this listed for $50, and it hasn't gotten very much attention, so that's why I'm sending it in. Okay, so the next item is this really nice linen blazer with like a silk interior. It has this absolutely stunning like gold trim, and this is Black Label Ralph Lauren, which Ralph Lauren regular is a no-go for me, but The black label and purple label are high end. This blazer probably retailed for $1,500 if I had to guess, if not more. So this is so high quality. And the purple label says Ralph Lauren collection, and it's like a lavender purple label. So that's another one to look out for. And something that worried me, I've only found the black label twice, and the white, I found a pair of white pants, which I would send in, but I have no idea where they went. I was like, I don't think I'm gonna remember, like, I'm just gonna see it as Ralph Lauren and just skip over it, like, when I'm looking through the racks. But you'll know based on quality, once, like, you touch it, you'll see how high quality this is, and the label looks a lot more expensive because it's, like, tacked on and all that. So this is a size 8, made in USA, linen, outside, silk interior. Very nice. I have this listed for 100, and it's gotten a little bit of attention, but I think it'll do better on the Real. But they don't accept black label Ralph Lauren, but people said they have sent it in before and they took it. So, for that one, let me see here. 84% of people said yes, 16% said no, 47 people said yes, and 9 said no. So this is a Ted Baker London men's polo. It was dry cleaned before I got out of the Goodwill. My cost of goods was $2. 68% of people said yes, and 32% said no. 39 people said yes, and 18 said no. So it's just a basic polo. I don't think they take this brand. It's a size 6, which I believe is a 2XL. They have like vanity sizing. And what I do for that is I just put the size chart in my listing showing the conversion. So I only have this listed at $32 and it has not gotten very much attention. So hopefully they take it. The next piece is this Oscar de la Renta men's blazer. 85% of people said yes, 15% said no, 45 people said yes, and 8 said no. So this is made in Lithuania, which I feel like a lot of high-end linen pieces are made in Lithuania. That's just me, but maybe I've noticed that. But where's the thing at? So here's just like the Oscar de la Renta. Again, men's piece. I have this listed at $45. And men's suit jackets, just in general, don't do well for me. So I passed on YSL men's suit jackets before. I'm not sure why I got this one, but yeah, I passed on a YSL suit jacket for $2, and I'm not sure if that was the best idea, but I did. So, yeah, so again, Oscar de la Renta men's, not my favorite thing to sell ever. Okay, so this is a Vince leather motive jacket. This thing retailed for $1,000. It's a size extra small, and I have it listed at $125. And honestly, I might reclaim this one. So the problem is, if you can tell, there's like some wear on the back. It looks a ton worse on camera than it does on in person. But it's almost like where your shoulder blades go. There's like wear from that. So I paid $2 for this, and 84% said yes, 16% said no, 49 people said yes, and 9 said no. So I'm not sure what they're going to price this at. So, and I did get an offer for $40, which is kind of low. I'm hoping to sell around like the $80 range. So, I don't think I'll get that on the Real. So, the next pair is what I was talking about with the Jill Sander pants. So these are 3 pairs of pants by St. John. So, So they price St. John really low. These are a size 12. They don't really price it that high, and my average cost of goods per each one of them was $5. So 77% said yes, 23% said no, 44 said yes, and 13 people said no. So these ones are actually flawed. They're like an ankle trouser pant, and I think so one of the buttons came off, and they still latch fine, but like one of this part's like coming off a little bit. So I'm not sure if they'll accept these. I'll probably end up reclaiming these because of the low price. But I have, one of them also, I think, has a spot on the back somewhere. If I can, oh yeah, right here. It's not noticeable, and it hasn't been to the dry cleaner either. So, it's somewhere. but I'll probably end up reclaiming these. But I have all three listed as individually and as a lot. So the lot, these ones are listed for $65 because they're flawed. And these, the first pair and this last pair are listed for $100, and as a lot they're listed for $225. So they're just these trouser ankle pants, St. John. So you know, I'll probably reclaim these because I think I can get more for them, but really, really high quality. Know the difference between St. John and St. John's Bay. This is my most favorite piece I think I've ever found. Now the cats are chasing each other. Okay. Anyways, my most favorite piece I have ever found is this blouse. It is, absolutely stunning. The quality is just incredible. It has ruffles on it. It's a semi-sheer silk blouse made in Australia. Absolutely incredible, amazing condition. I won't find this brand for another while. I kind of stumbled on it so this is the brand Nicholas, which is definitely a brand you should be looking out for. The tag is tacked on. This silk is just so high quality. The stitching, just the details on this are, it's so pretty. Absolutely stunning. So I stumbled on this by accident. I didn't know the brand, but even this tag is expensive. It's a paper tag, size 10 US, made dry clean, made in Australia. Or maybe it's, yeah, Australian designed. Absolutely amazing quality. I'll probably stop talking about this now, but I really don't want to send this in because I have it listed for $150. It's my most favorite piece, and I'm not really sure why. I just think it's so nice, and I can find the right buyer for it, but I am sending it in. I'll probably just reclaim it as soon as they list it, but, so 74% of people said yes, I should send it in, and 26% said no. So 35 people said yes, and 12 said no. So, they do accept that brand, and I'm 100% confident they will accept that piece, or 99%, but, I wouldn't be mad if they didn't because I want to sell that. So I just want to see what they'll list it. I'm just curious. They don't accept this brand, but they do have sold it sometimes. So it's just this basic top. You guys saw this in a haul video, but it's just Scotch and soda, new tag, $135. My buy cost, I think, was $2 for this. 68% said yes, 32% said no. So 28 people said yes, and 13% said no. All right, or 13 people said no. So these are just basic pair of Vince jeans. I don't always grab Vince, but these were half off. They're just kind of like a pinstripe. Good condition, just natural fading down. So the only reason I got these was they're half off. They're called the Riley Skinny, and I should get $25 for these if I listed them on my own, but I just don't really feel like it because Vince isn't the fastest moving brand for me. So my buy cost was $2.50. 66% of people said yes, 34 said no. So 29 people said yes, and 15 said no. All right, this is another find. This is vintage St. John collection, which is one of their higher end ones. This is a vintage tag, and this is just a blazer. So this is their signature Santana knit, which is a keyword. So the problem with this is this collar is detachable. I left it on. It also says St. John there as well. But at the collar, this is genuine leather. It has the collar is rubbing. So I'm packaging it just like this so they can see the collar is detachable, and I'm not sure if they'll take it because of that, but so their Santana knit is, let me see if I can find, is 80% wool and 20% viscose rayon, genuine leather collars and cuffs, cover buttons, dry clean, professional dry clean only. So yeah, so my buy cost was $3.99 for this, so not high at all. 83% of people said yes, 17 said no, 48 said yes, and 8 said no. So, you know, St. John's hit or miss, and they don't price it very high, but I've had that for a while, and I'm just ready to see it go away. So, these are, I'm not sure if I should send these in, because they're a decent style, and I like to sell this brand. This was my first time ever finding Alice and Olivia. And these are a size 2, and they're like a moto jogger crop pant, made in USA, and have these moto zippers. So I have these listed for $50, and they have gotten some attention, and they got an offer for $30, which I probably should have accepted, but I didn't. So my buy cost was $5. 57% of people said yes, 43% said no, 25 said yes, and 19 said no. So, yeah, I don't really know for those. So, the next item, oh, this was a good find. So my buy cost for this was $6. 90% said yes, 10% said no, and this brand, they mark up crazy high. It's Christian Dior silk blazer. So 43 people said yes and only 5 said no. This is a brand another person, the Canary Closet, which I'll leave her Instagram and YouTube down below, said I should send this in, and basically almost everybody said yes, I should send it in. So this is a really nice piece. You guys saw this in the last haul, and I think I can get more for this on the Real than I can on Poshmark, so that's why I'm sending it in. And then, of course, I can't forget about this matching suit set by Christian Dior. Really nice. Gold buttons. Linen silk interior. Buy cost was $8 for this set. So 96% of my Instagram said yes, and 4% said no. 43 said yes, and 2 people said no. Okay, so these are my 2 shoes I put on Instagram. These are a pair of Stuart Weitzman wedges, which I do like to pick up this brand. These just have a little bit of wear. You can see on the back heel they have some there, and they have like a little bit of scuffing. So my buy cost for these was $6. I like to pick up this brand, and it does sell. I don't think I actually sold the pair. Yeah, I think they're all sitting, but I don't think it's the fastest moving brand, but it eventually does sell for a good amount, if that makes sense. So, 59% of people said yes, 41% said no, 27 said yes, and 19 said no. So, I'm ready to get rid of these. If they came back to me, it's not the end of the world, but so the stuff I already have listed, I am just going to mark it in my Poshmark closet as not available. And so if it comes back to me, I can just put available and it'll just be normal. And if it sells on the Real, and I'll just delete it. So, or if it comes back to, if they list it and I reclaim it, whatever the reason will be, I'll just mark it available again. So I don't want to delete the listings. So the last thing I put on my Instagram was these Salvatore Ferragamo just heels. My buy cost for these was low. I mean, $2 low. These probably retailed for like $500. I have these listed for $35. This brand I don't really pick up anymore. I used to get so excited to see it because it's really expensive, but that doesn't mean anything. So 74% of people said yes, 26% said no, 31 said yes, and 11 said no. So this is the label. I wouldn't call it a brand to look out for. Here's the soles, made in Italy. The men's I would pick up. Women's, it depends if they're like a current style, but like this is kind of a timeless style, I guess, but it's not like the most on trend. Although I do think they are nice. Also, these are like super mega narrow, because they're 8 like triple or quadruple narrow. And this isn't, it has like a leather sole, but this is a textile upper. It's almost like a neoprene scuba material. It's quite interesting, and they just have like a little bit of creasing on the toe. I've had these listed forever for $35 with no tension. All right, so that's everything I showed Instagram. So these I kind of forgot to show, and I just pulled them on my own. So these are just a pair of men's chukka boots or sneakers. I think they're more of a sneaker, but I went to a thrift store and they counted, so the shoes are $5 and the boots are 10, and they counted these as a boot, and I'm a little bit mad about it, but let me know your opinion if you think these are a sneaker or boot. They have some just slight signs of wear, but they're John Varvatos. I believe it's listed for like $70. They really haven't gotten much attention, and they do mark up John Varvatos at a decent amount. And since my buy cost was, $10, I'll be able to make my money back on these and a bit of a profit. So these are genuine leather. So pretty nice quality here. All right, the next pair is yet again another pair of John Varvatos boots. This is their logo. It's like a peace sign with like a, it's just peace sign. So these look like they have a lot of wear on the bottom, but this is just like what the sole is. I think I only paid $6 for these. I'm not sure if you can see the inside, but it says John Varvatos as well. These are a bit of a smaller size. Both are genuine leather. John Varvatos is a great men's brand. I would pick it up if it's in good condition, which both of these were, and I don't regret picking them up at all. But yeah, I'm so excited to see how like the men's stuff does, and if they'll take anything. All right, yet again, this is just a joie blouse. This was at the same garage sale for $2. The problem with this one is at the like crossline, it has like a little bit of a pinhole, which I think they'll just send back to me. But I have this listed for like $15. It's really good quality, don't get me wrong, but like it just does not sell. All right, this I also got, and the brand is also Joie. Again, good quality. I paid $2 for this at Goodwill, $2 day, but it just doesn't sell well for me. This is a size large, and I have this listed at like, I think like 17 or something. I just dropped the price. And then our last item, is this like tunic tank top. It's really nice quality. This brand I don't always get anymore, and that's Rag & Bone. I actually paid $7 for this in like a bundle, or on a Poshmark bundle to resell, which was not a very good choice I made to purchase that bundle because it wasn't a very good deal. But I think I'll maybe be able to make my $7, but I've had this for about a year, so I'm ready to see it go. So that is everything I am sending in. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this very long video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share, and leave a comment down below, and let me know what you guys want to see in the future. I'm just curious. I thought this would be a fun video, and I'm excited to try out the real. So thanks for watching. Have a great day, and bye.